Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Welcome to another bright sunny day in Accra. Today we continue our external works. The Tala began yesterday, and I'll be showing you progress of what they've done. There's a lot of plumbing works also going ahead. As I said, we are remodeling a couple of things based on the input Amphi and Associate has given us. We're grateful for their help. She was here the other day. So we're just doing those changes, and today we'll start working with the paving. We're just getting another big compactor to make sure these stuffs are well compacted, because yesterday when the first batch of the paving blocks were delivered, we find that although it was quite a heavy load, we just want to make sure that everything is well compacted. Yeah, as I said earlier, we just have the compactor machine here. We're gonna have a good go at it. Make sure everything is well compacted, well ramped. Yeah, so we are just starting laying the geotextile membrane. So this is permeable, so when it rains, the water will naturally goes into the ground, and then once it goes into the ground, any excess, there will be an aqua drain here into the socket where we go here. So the idea is where the electrician is higher, and everything comes towards the gate, then we collect it. So they are just starting up now. We're setting out the paving. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So that will be the same as that one. I'm not sure. Yeah. So you're in the fee. What one I'm there? Okay, you there for one of them. So me, my advice is just don't buy different type of tile. Just buy one tile. Because I have to make it out. I think some of this one we are looking for is among those ones. Because if this, let me check the number of this one we open. Okay, that can be the only reason. See, this one hasn't got, this one's completely different. Yeah, so the only thing is I have to add it as how many cuttings is in this. But this one let's go to the bathrooms. It's one of the bathroom floor, so I have to individually add to say how many cuttings is in the total, because I know that is total is 32 in that one. But I need to individually cut them. Yeah, so we just setting the tank up. Is there any reason why this one is turning this way? This side.
Yeah, because all the outlets are here.
Okay.
I have to count them.
How I will get water? What will be the last stop for your pipe? I need water for my sprinkler.
You need water for the sprinkler. You have pipe. This is the light that will come in.
The line come here.
Yeah.
You this guy there, you go too much. So I could do a pipe, standing pipe here. Like we just connect them. See, that's why if you have the right people waiting, they work for you. Then they think about the job. You know, be so. Be so. Be so. Get correct plumber. You know, be so you can kind of worried about things. If they do work for CCTV, CCTV said that they help them. This is a bit proper coordination. See, teamwork. So this is one of our doors. Got a special door fitter here. This is what he does, so he knows what he's doing. And he'll start fitting the frames today. But all the door is this wood effect. So the door is made up of it's a solid wood core. So as you can see, it's a solid wood. The door is completely a wood. It's a wooden door, but we decided to have it wrapped in a veneer wood effect. So there's a wood grain veneer. We have it wrapping because I just don't want to be painting doors over time. So that's what we've gone for. So this is not your typical hollow core door at all. It's a completely a solid wood door. We ensure that all the joints are properly taped using the DPM tape uh, to provide the stability. We don't want the situation whereby the joints will move when they begin to do the sub base. So after this, what you will see surely now is now the sub base, which is quarry dust. So our landscaping strategy is that the paving is only kept to the front side of the house. The rest of the house, what you can see on the screen in the wall, be seeded grass, and then the side here also where we call the plant area, the back of house also seeded and grass. Then just the front side is all that we have the paving. We are using corridors as the sand base because in Ghana the sand is not treated. So if you use the sand, you can have grasses and stuff growing out of it. Here, I just pop upstairs, and what I was doing is to protect this tiling because as I said, we remodel the room, and the mirror light is now to the right. So I just protect the tile they've laid so that the electrician can move the cables to where it needs to be, so that when everything is done, we can just fix into the mirror light. So after here, pop downstairs, see the door guy taking the doors apart because the door comes from the factory as a complete set, but he needs to take them apart, feed the frames, then later on feed the door itself. I think it's a very busy day running between all the stuffs. As I said, a lot of coordinating happening, making sure everyone is speaking to each other so that we can get things done as quickly as possible. So you can just see they just start laying the paving blocks. And oh, then I forgot, there are some air conditioning condensing drains that were sticking out of the walls that need to be connected to the drain. So I just went to shout the plumbers, oh, please, we need you here. And here they are, and they are just moving those pipes, and they make the connection to the drains, um, into the main drain system that goes into the soakaway. So yeah, here I was just shouting the electrician. There were some other things that needed to be done, and it was relentless. Just making sure everyone is speaking to each other. Things are done as they need to be, because once these pavings are down, you really don't want to be taking them out, doing anything beneath it. So speaking, talking to each other become very, very, very essential to make sure uh, you getting what you wanted to. So as the paving were going on, the whole idea is that this paving block flush with the first step. So instead of having two steps, we only have one step to come down to the paving. So I went to pick one of the tiles that will be laid here just to check the levels. And what we decided is that uh, the way it's been laid, by the time you ram this up with the compactor, then there will be a gap. So we decided just to get rid of the step that it will flash with, and just have one step. So instead of having the tiles on two steps, this will just flash with the step. Then that will be more seamless finish than having a bit of a level change when you're coming down from the utility door over there into the paving. So we had to remove that step and then readjust everything. And also, what was quite frustrating is that I see the borders where my feet is. We wanted that to be completely different color. As we go through the next video, you see that what we got say gray. It's not really gray. What we also find out that if you want to do this paving correctly and use geotextile membrane, the price just goes through the roof and become more expensive than doing a tiling. Because if you imagine you just put a 4-inch concrete slab down, and then buy the tile something around 165 cedis a square meter, you can quickly do your compound tiling cheaper than what we have gone for. In a later video, when everything is finished, I can give you a cost breakdown of this and how this compared if we have done um, a tiling, but we just didn't want the tiling because the tile surfaces creates more heat in our experience. So we want something here that the sand base is a bit cooler. Although the idea, as I said earlier, the best solution would have been to use a sand base, but because the sand bases are not treated, you can have grass going through. So we come with the quarry dust, which will provide the stability, and also the geotextile membrane also provide a very good stability to your your sand base. So it's win-win situation. Also adds as some barrier for weed control as well. But the whole process is straightforward once you get your levels right. The levels are very, very important. I think I got a bit frustrated, as you see shortly in the next clip, is that uh, the guy is not following the levels as I wanted him to. So they're just working with their eyes to say it's level, but I want the paving to fall a certain degree, so that when you're looking with your eyes, you don't see the paving uh, uh, is higher from the top to the gate. I want just a gentle slope. So I give him a calculation to say I want it to fall every 10 feet by 1 degree, and how it should be. So when he started the first line and we pulled the rope, we were happy with the slope. But he ignored moving the rope with him, just doing it with his eyes. And it came to a point, and as you see, I'll be talking to him surely. The lines were all over the place diagonally. If you see, it was just in a mess. It wasn't what I expected. I expected the lines to follow diagonally, but uh, there were a bit of issue also that the line could not exactly follow in a complete straight line diagonally. Um, you see, it's because the pavings, although these are done by machines, all of them has not got a perfect sizes. They got some which got a bit lumps on it. It's not exactly so. In terms of that, you cannot get it exactly as you want, but the deviation was not what I was happy with at this stage. So I'll just ask him to take a pause. Let's consider maybe we go to lay it a brick style instead of a herringbone style, which we started with, to see which one will be more pleasing to the eye. Because if you sit down where Mike is, you just look like the whole thing is all over the place.
Now, so that one it should be this one. Because the thing is, if you move the rope, anytime you move, say if you do this one, the rope is here. Next one, the rope is here. Then all of them will be on the same point. All of them will be the same point. So if you just call the rope here and you are trying, this is too far. It's just like if you put even a spirit level, it's too far away. That's why you move this with you. If you move this with you, but,
Are you like this? Let me aware. Okay. Let me set 1 3. Because I'm getting here. Yeah, we feel it. I play straight at right. Let me do 1 2 3. We go to straight it and then right.
this is what I want, but I'm not happy with when I look at it diagonally. It's okay when you look at this, but you can't know. If you look here, you cannot avoid this side. Once you see here, you see it's like you'll be. This is 100 years old paving. Yeah, but obile, eh? Uh, engineer, what's the solution? Eh?
You said this is the design one.
Design I want. What do you see wrong with this? This be the exam question now. Eh? This be the exam question, Mike.
Is this spacing that?
No. If you look at it, the line that come here.
You can see the line.
You see that it's in and out.
The line diagonal. Okay.
So everywhere, this and that all got to be in line. So where they are in line, they will be in line this way too. So after some deliberation, me sending photos of what we had, the best we can get it with Nikki, we decided to continue with the herbal style because the block just looked too simple for us. Um, they I all run upstairs again, and the door installer just setting the frames for these two doors at the back here, so that the tilers can start working on this area from tomorrow. And I think it's very good that you go your door installer and the tiler to work together. Otherwise, these foreign doors, it's not thing that you can come and later and then cut the bottom. Then the tiler here working on the other side of the wall, run down again. um, because you can't sit that one place. You need constantly to make sure things are being done exactly how you want it, because people just go back to their normal way of doing stuff and just tell you, oh, this is how we do it, but that is not exactly what you are looking for. So you constantly moving from one end to the other, making sure things are done exactly, checking the levels, because what you don't want is the level should not be what you want, because you don't get the flow of the water as you want it. You don't want to put it off rain all over your compound when it rains. So it's crucial to make sure that you constantly monitor the levels as you go. If you don't use a rope, you don't pull the rope, you just wasted your time. And this guy has learned the hard way. There were so many instances, as I will show you in the next video, which is tomorrow. So this is the second day we start this finishing. You will find out that he has to take stuff and then redo. So at this stage, we're kind of happy with how things are going. Just continue monitoring the levels. Um, and then to make sure everything is going as it should be. Later on, you see the brake style at the bottom there get readjusted the following day using the temporary markers to hold the boulders against the building. And then the one to the planter is left at this stage, and just keep checking the levels as we go through. And the tiling are progressing well in the master bedroom bathroom. The tiler was just about to really start working on the older side. The two side has been nearly complete at this stage. The feature walls, reluctantly the mosaic tiles, they managed to work on that with some issues, but I think it's the best we can get it. One thing I was keen is to that all my holes for my service are cut round. I don't want square holes around stuff. So yeah, this is kind of the room we want. So each of our bathrooms got a separate feature wall. While things were going well in the master bedroom, in the second bedroom where we got the same mosaic tile, things were bad. You can see all those tiles, the mosaic, the guys were just not getting the way it should be laid.
I explained to them several times that you need to put your spacers at the end of each one, but they just lost it completely. So all this tile had to be removed, re-cleaned, and they rework it, but it's still not perfect as we want. So that brings us to the end of this video. This is day two, Tuesday, when we began the big push for the finishing.
71
In the next video, you just see
Yes.
is the air conditioning and the progression of the tiling.
Here is
Things
76.
began to pick up very quickly
This one is
from
36.
Wednesday. So in the next video, you'll see that a lot of progress has already begun to show when we began to install the indoor units for the air conditioning. So please see you in the next episode on this series of our Big Push finishes. Thank you for watching. See you soon. Thank you. Bye.